One of the most popular things in the Girls Frontline community to say is that we are destined to lose. If you guys ever played Reverse Collapse, you would know that William exists. And since that is a canon entry and is considered to be the late game timeline, people have come to the conclusion that the commander fails in his mission to stop William. If you are in the Girls Frontline community, it is very hard to avoid this talking point, which is pretty ironic because we are also the community that hates spoilers for just about anything, but when it comes to something like this, people would parrot it over and over again. Irony at its finest. That said, I feel compelled to talk about this. Some of my older fans will know that I did dabble into this a little bit in a previous video, but let's just directly answer the talking point of, is this inevitable? Do we fail? The answer to that is maybe. It's not a yes or no, but it's definitely not definitive. And the whole reason to that is because of timelines. At this point, if you play Girls Frontline, you should know that things aren't exactly realistic with how the story is right now. We're very much into magic sci-fi territory, with Lunacia being in Nirvana and us knowing on how Nirvana works. This puts everything into question. In fact, we can even argue that Girls Frontline 1 and Girls Frontline 2 may not be connected by the end of it all. Now, of course, there is no confirmation in either the story nor any development, but the possibility exists. In fact, that is what everyone was assuming at one point when the ending was so rough around the edges. The only way that they could fix this is if they dissociate Girls Frontline 2 from Girls Frontline 1, and that would be easy to do thanks to us having access to altering the timelines. That aside, the big reason why things are not inevitable is because Reverse Collapse in of itself is a timeline story. That one is not a spoiler, that just pops up at the very intro. But to add another point, the confidential files in Reverse Collapse is very contradictory to what we know and what we have seen in Girls Frontline 1 and even Girls Frontline 2 in some cases. There is a lot of things that do not connect, and they can connect if Girls Frontline 2 puts in the work, and maybe even Girls Frontline 1 as well. But we just have not seen that yet. So to say that things are inevitable is jumping the gun a little bit. Just because William exists in Reverse Collapse does not mean that William will exist in Girls Frontline 2. Now, once again, I don't want to go into all the weeds and finding all of the contradictory rhetoric within all the games. That is a lot of research, and this video is not meant for that. So I will instead make a little announcement. I will not be doing any daily videos over the weekend. I have an editor now, and the editor has been very helpful with pumping these out. But the editor does need Saturdays off, and I also need Sunday off, so we both come to the agreement that we'll keep these daily videos from Monday to Friday, which means it's very likely that there won't be any videos over the weekend. There may be some special exceptions to that, but if there is, that would usually mean it is a big video and not a daily video. All that said, this is a shorter video than usual for the dailies, and sometimes it does need to be this short, and I don't have any way to stretch this one out. So I'm going to end it there, and I'll see you guys next time.